This week on Engage the Sage.
Hi everyone, I'm Don Saucier. Welcome to this week's episode of Engage the Sage. This week we're going to talk to you about how to write excellent personal statements. We're in application season right now for a lot of different graduate programs, and I'm willing to bet that a lot of you are getting ready to apply. When you apply to graduate school, for better or for worse, there are 5 things that get evaluated. This includes your GPA. This may include your standardized test scores. This will include your letters of recommendation. See our video from last time. This will include your relevant experience, like your relevant research experience, your relevant volunteer experience, your relevant clinical experience. And it's also going to include your personal statement. Now, all of those application materials are going to matter to some degree, but for me at least, some matter more than others. And the personal statement is really, really important for me seeing who the person is who is applying to our graduate program. And this is a wonderful opportunity for you to show the people reviewing your application who you are as a person. So right now I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about what a personal statement is, how to structure it, and I'm going to give you some tips for how to make it great. A personal statement is an essay that you include in your application that tells the people reading it who you are, why you're applying to that graduate program, and why you're going to succeed in that graduate program. Your personal statement may also be referred to as a statement of purpose or a personal mission statement. Essentially, what this document is going to do is going to provide a context and some cohesion to your entire application package. The length of a personal statement may vary from graduate program to graduate program, and I think it's important for you to know how long it should be for each graduate program that you apply to. But for all of them, it's going to be about 1 to 3 pages long, and it's going to answer 2 really important questions. Why them and why you? For the past couple of decades, I have read lots and lots of personal statements for people applying to our doctoral program. And what I'm going to share with you are 5 recommendations from that experience that I think is going to help you write excellent personal statements. My first recommendation for writing an excellent personal statement is to structure your personal statement strategically. There's a lot of variety in how people prepare personal statements. It says it in the name, they're supposed to be personal. So there's not a specific formula you can follow. Having said that, I'm going to offer for you a structure that I find that works. In the structure that I might suggest, I'm going to say that first, you want to state your professional goals. You want to tell the people reading your statement what it is that you want to do. Second, I think you should discuss why you have those goals. What are the personal and professional experiences that have led you to this point? Third, I think you should discuss why you're going to be successful in achieving those goals. This will include some conversation about your achievements so far, the skills you've developed, and any motivations that you have that will make you successful in achieving those goals. And fourth, I think you should discuss why the program you're applying to is the right place for you to start to achieve those goals. Now, again, as I've said, there's a lot of variety in how these are structured. Your personal statement should be personal to you. But I think those 4 steps are going to make sure that the things that you need to be in the personal statement are there. My second recommendation for writing an excellent personal statement is make it personal. When you apply to graduate school, a lot of your application materials are kind of sterile. It's numbers on a page, it's a list of things. The personal statement is really the only opportunity in those application materials for you to stand out as a unique individual. Your personal statement is a place where you get to be honest and letting people know who you are as a person and a professional. Now, in being personal, I think it's important that you understand that anything you write in that personal statement will become known to the people you're applying to. So if it's something you want them to know, put it in the personal statement. But if it's something you'd rather not share, if it's something that's going to be a little too much information, maybe don't include it in the personal statement. Maybe that's something you can introduce later on an interview process if you get to that point. One thing I recommend in a personal statement is not to spend a lot of time talking about those things that you see as a potential limiting factor in your application. Maybe your GPA isn't what you wanted it to be. Maybe the standardized test scores didn't go as well as you had hoped. I think your letters of recommendation is a better place to provide context for those limiting factors and to have the personal statement focus more on you and who you are as a wonderful applicant for that program. Your personal statement is a place for really excellent self-promotion. It's where you have the opportunity to take ownership of the wonderful things that you've done and sharing them with people who get to decide whether or not you get to continue to do those wonderful things in their graduate program. Talk about your goals. Talk about your notable achievements. Talk about what you want to do. Talk about the things that you will bring as a person to that graduate program. My third recommendation for writing excellent personal statements is to make your personal statements specific to the graduate program to which you're applying. In your personal statement, show the people reading it that you've done your research about that program. Let them know why you applied to that program in terms of what that program has to offer uniquely. Talk about the opportunities specific to that program. Talk about the training and the courses and the other kinds of things that that program offers that made that program attractive to you in the first place. This shouldn't be hard if you've done your research prior to applying to graduate school. There should be a reason you're applying to that program. Just let them know that you know that reason. Let them know how that program is going to help you achieve your professional goals. Show them how you fit in. If you're applying to a doctoral program, it may make sense to actually say the name of the person that you would hope to work under their mentorship. And if you are applying to a specific person, let them know why you are a match to that person in terms of your research interests and the training that that person will provide. If you're applying to potentially to more than one person in the same graduate program, try to make sure there's some cohesion for why you'd apply to person A and person B. If person A and person B are doing really different things, and you say you're willing to work with person A or person B, it might suggest that you're not really sure what it is you want to do. So make sure there's a cohesion in your reason for applying to that program. My fourth recommendation for writing excellent personal statements is to bring your personal statement to life. Use your personal statement as an opportunity to tell them your story. Use anecdotes, use specific examples about who you are and what you've done, and why that's going to make you both personally and professionally enhanced by attending that graduate program. In telling these stories and sharing your examples, I think it's important that you use evidence. Don't just say you care about something. Don't just say you want to help people. Be more specific and more personal about why. Be intentional in your personal statement about saying something that is unique to you. Let them have a moment where they really know who you are as a person and a professional. Your personal statement should be more than just talking about your transcript and your CV. Obviously, you're going to highlight some of those relevant experiences, but it should be more than a list of your attributes. It should be an introduction to you. My fifth recommendation for writing excellent personal statements is to revise your statement and to request feedback on your statement. First of all, proofread your personal statement. Make sure the spelling and grammar is correct. Make sure you put the right name of the right graduate program in that personal statement. We've seen these mistakes happen over the years, but make sure that that thing is a really good demonstration of your writing ability. In your personal statement, I want to see first person singular language. I want to see the word I. I want to see the word me. I want to see you take ownership of the things that you have done and the things that you will do. I also recommend that your personal statement adheres to the 4 C's of writing. Be clear, complete, concise, and compelling when you're writing your personal statement. A really easy way to see if your personal statement is flowing as a narrative is to read it out loud. See if when you hear yourself read that personal statement, does it tell a wonderful story about you as a person? After you are happy with your personal statement, here's where it's a little bit vulnerable. Here's where I'm going to invite you to ask other people to read your personal statement. Maybe your mentors in your research lab, maybe your professors supporting with your letters of recommendation, maybe your colleagues, maybe your family. But ask other people to read your personal statement and to give you feedback about whether they think this is portraying you as an excellent and amazing candidate for graduate school. So what you have here are 5 recommendations for writing an excellent personal statement. And I have one more thing that I hope is going to be true. I hope that you enjoy this process. This is a really nice piece of reflective writing where you get to think about your personal and professional goals and abilities. It's a time where you get to think about who it is you are and who you want to be. When you get done your personal statement and you read it aloud that final time, I want you to feel proud of what you've created. So there you have my thoughts and recommendations for how to write an excellent personal statement. In the comments below, I would love to hear your experiences and recommendations for writing excellent personal statements, and I'd love to hear any questions you have about writing personal statements. Thank you for joining us this week on Engage the Sage. Please like, subscribe, sign up for notifications, and share us on social media. We will see you next time on Engage the Sage.